Two helicopters fly towards a restricted island, where soldiers welcome the boss and his two beauty bodyguards. The boss and the beauties enter the secret lab, where scientists are studying a giant snake trapped in the container. The boss tells the beauties to destroy the big snake, since they cannot keep it a secret from the government. So the lab cleaners dispose of thousands of dead snakes into a giant pit. Back in the lab, the head scientist opens the secret door to reveal a titan snake. But the boss is not happy to see it, and immediately orders to destroy all the evidence, including the snakes. He bids goodbye to the Titan, and the scientist injects poison into the Titan. But the Titan activates its scream skill to awaken all the snakes in the lab, and the Titan starts attacking the shield, and Beauty One orders the scientist to burn it. The chamber flame is activated. However, the Titan survives. At the same time, the dead snakes come back alive and start attacking the lab cleaners and the soldiers. The boss and the beauties run outside, and he orders the soldiers to kill everyone in the lab. The soldiers execute everyone, but soon, the giant snake from the container breaks free to attack them. The Titan snake also breaks free from the chains, and the boss escapes in the helicopter, but he orders the beauties to stay back and kill the snakes. The helicopters fly out, but the Titan jumps out and destroys one of them. The beauties, in the meantime, walk through the snake-filled jungle and engage in a shootdown. They run out of bullets soon and take out the knives, but this time the giant snake comes out to surprise them. It attacks them from behind and hits Beauty Number 2, injuring her. While it charges to take her down, Beauty Number 1 attacks the giant and gets hit back instead. While she manages to get up, she notices the small snakes have already killed her companion. But the giant is nowhere in sight. She freaks out, looking in all directions. But the giant comes down from the top to devour her. In a matter of miracle, two soldiers manage to reach the shore and get on the boat to escape the island. But the Titan attacks them from underwater, devouring them as they fall from the sky. We soon switch to a cruise ship, where Kian is searching for a guy named Jason. At this time, Kian is being secretly photographed, and an unknown man is seen to change the ship's destination. We find the ship's captain is down because of a snake bite, and the unknown man leaves while taking the key after locking the cabin. Meanwhile, Jason gets in trouble for eyeing the woman of one of the VIPs. Kin notices Jason and intervenes, telling the guard to leave Jason to him. The guard grabs Qian's bag and throws it. Jason finds clippings from newspapers in Qian's bag and learns that he is after him. While Jason tries to escape, Kin strips Jason down to his underwear while he tries to stop him. Hearing the commotion, De Jong comes to intervene, but he is shocked to find Qian, and it looks like they know each other. Qian leaves after telling Jong that he will explain everything later. Jason runs among the partying group and manages to get out of Qian's sight. Just when he thought he escaped, Qian comes in front of him and punches him. Someone secretly photographs Qian talking with Jason. Qian asks Jason about Cass Medical Group, but Jason refuses since he is afraid to go against such a big organization. Just then, the ship hits something, and using this chance, Jason runs inside. As the ship shakes, Chin notices a woman coming down the stairs after dropping her camera. Qian interrogates her for photographing him all this time, and the woman mentions that he wanted him to model for her. Qian doesn't buy it. He grabs her arm and asks who she truly is. With no other way, she hands over her ID, and we learn that she is Li Feng from the press. Li reveals that she knows that Qian is going against the Cass Medical Group, and she decided to follow him to get the scoop on that. Qian reveals that the key evidence just escaped and heads inside, telling her not to follow him, but she still goes after him. In the following scene, we see the top view of the ship with the Titan moving underwater. Soon, one by one, all the passengers are attacked by snakes, and we find that the snakes have climbed the ship from the outside. The snakes attack everyone, and we find Qin and Li arguing while they walk inside. They soon stumble upon people being chased by snakes and start running for their lives as well. They find an electrician fixing the lights and tell him to start running since there are snakes in the ship, but he thinks they are joking. Unfortunately, he soon meets his fate as the giant snake comes down to eat him. Qin and Li start running and end up at the cafeteria. They warn the people about the snakes, but before they can take it in, the snakes start falling from the ceiling. Jason happens to run across them, and soon, the giant snake enters the cafeteria. Qin throws a wine bottle at it, and he discovers that the snake has bad eyesight. They divert it and run from there, joining a few others led by Zhang. They end up in the engine room, but the giant snake manages to find them. They run from it and are joined by a trio consisting of a girl, her grandfather, and a man with long hair. As they run for their lives, they find themselves hiding inside the freezer. Li notices that the kid who tagged along Zhang is bleeding, and Qin points out that he got bit by one of the snakes. As they shiver from the cold inside, Qin comes up with the plan that he will go outside to distract the giant snake. He asks Zhang to take everyone else away from here. Hearing the plan, the kid offers to act as bait since he is going to die anyway, but Qin rejects his plan. Zhang finds the kid's plan acceptable and holds Qin back as the kid opens the door to distract the snake. While the others escape, Qin stays back and calls out to the kid, but the kid closes the door, sacrificing himself. Moving on, Qin takes charge, and they head to the ship's control room. Qin breaks open the lock, and when they go inside, they find the captain's bodies. Li offers to drive the ship since she has played ship simulation games. With no other option, Qin accepts her plan and motivates her to try her best. Remembering the controls from the game, Li manages to start the ship. The ship starts moving, and after a while, Li notices that they are heading towards an island, but they are soon hit by something. They notice something moving outside. Qin heads out and shoots a flare, and they discover the Titan standing before them. They run behind and throw the lifeboat. Qin asks Zhang to take everyone and decides to stay behind. Just in case, Qin hands over his bag over to Li and asks her to take it to court in case he doesn't make it. While they get on the lifeboat, Qin heads inside to pour the fuel everywhere and shoots the flare. The survivors watch in shock as the ship blows up along with the Titan. They feel sad to lose Qin, but soon are surprised to find Qin making it back alive. In the morning, they find themselves at the shore of the island and start to head inside. Qin points out that something is not right and asks them to be careful, but soon, one of the survivors slips and falls down, injuring herself. The smell of blood awakens blood-sucking creatures on the shore and starts attacking the ones that bled. They run for their lives, but soon find that the creatures are not attacking them. Qin points out that these creatures might be attracted to blood and tells everyone to follow him. They move further inside the island to find military camps and pick up weapons for self-defense. Qin tells them to prepare themselves and that they should move further to find any means to communicate with the outer world. Jason promises Qin that he will help him if they make it back alive. Qin accepts and they start walking, but soon hear one of the guys scream. They turn back to find the guy impaled by the leg of a giant spider. While they run away from it, the old man sacrifices himself to save his granddaughter. They walk further ahead to find the lab, and they decide to head towards it. They are shocked to find the remains of numerous people, and Qin calls them forward after finding the entrance. The survivors head inside, and one of them turns on the lights. Qin finds the hairy guy to be strangely familiar to the place, but doesn't show it. Li points out the burned documents, mentioning that someone tried to cover up what was happening here. Right then, the hairy guy calls them upstairs, saying he found a pathway. They head that way to find a tunnel, and soon a room filled with bottles of alcohol and dried meat. Qin mentions that they spend the night in this place, and everyone relaxes for a bit. In the evening, Qin spends his time on the roof while he gets teary looking at the photo of a woman. Li joins him later, and Qin tells her that his fiancé, who was a journalist just like her, was killed by the Cass Medical Group. Li feels sorry for him and gets teary on hearing his story. That night, while everyone's asleep, the hairy guy heads on his own, and Qin, who finds him missing, decides to look for him. The hairy guy picks up a diary from a hidden place, and we find the diary filled with details about the snake. We find that the hairy guy is the head scientist of the lab. At this time, Zhang wakes up as well, but unfortunately, Qin ends up in a foggy place where he comes across the Titan. It immediately moves down to eat him, but luckily, Zhang makes it in time to push Qin out of the way. Sadly, Qin's knife gets stabbed onto Zhang's leg, and Zhang starts shooting as the Titan approaches him. Qin starts running, since the Titan begins chasing him, but he manages to escape by running inside the tunnel he came through. Heading in, he finds Li waiting for him. The head scientist makes it back to the other survivors. They question Qin and Li about Zhang to hear his demise. Right at the time, they receive the message from the rescue ship, but soon lose the signal. Jason questions how they will escape with the Titan in loose. Qin tells them that they must kill it before the ship arrives. He opens up the map of the island he found and comes up with a plan. He asks the lady named Suji and Jason to create traps to hurt the Titan and lure it towards the designated point. The head scientist, whose identity is still not disclosed, will be joining Qian to kill the snake. Meanwhile, he asks Li to take care of the little girl. The next day, everyone waits in their designated points, and while Qin bids farewell to Zhong, the head scientist makes a move on him. But Qin, who was ready for this, hits him back and questions his identity. The head scientist reveals his true identity and mentions that he is the one who created that snake and wanted to take over the world. At this time, the Titan is spotted, and Jason jumps out to lure it as per the plan. Qian notices this and runs away while the Titan devours the head scientist. While the others watch from the distance, Qian runs towards the cliff with the Titan behind him. He throws bottles of blood towards the blood-sucking creatures to wake them up, and as he reaches the cliff, he manages to hang on using the equipment, but the Titan falls down among the bloodsuckers. Because of the open wounds on its body caused by the traps, the bloodsuckers start attacking the Titan. The Titan tries to counterattack, but the relentless attack of the bloodsuckers manages to keep it down. The survivors rejoice in making it alive while they wait for the rescue ship. In the end credits, we are informed that the boss is the chairman of the Cass Medical Group and is arrested for illegal experimenting and causing the death of all the people. And that is it for this 2022 movie called Deep Sea Mutant Snake. Let me know what you think about this movie down in the comments, and I shall see you again in the next video. Until then, this is your host for Movie Recap, signing off.